Right, so since the last time we were playing, I've done quite a bit. I'll bring it close to the camera so you can see. This one here, I did a bit of freehand around it. That one there, this one here, I did a ruler bit around it. And then we did a bit of a pattern on that one. Yeah. Oh, remember we did, or I showed you this shape. I decided, I'm happy with that. I'll go with, I used a circle ruler and just did a circle, yeah, in the corners and everything else. So I've done circles on the rest of it. Oh God, bits to cut off here. Oh no. And on the outer triangles, I've just done a bit of stippling or vermicelli or whatever they like to call it. Just a bit of freehand stippling on those corners, yeah. And I've done, have I done that one? Yeah. All the long bits, the holly bits, I've just done that meander around them. So I'm going to turn it over for a moment so you can see on the back now. That's the back of it, yeah. And so you can see it's really well held down. So after we wash the glue out, eventually, I don't wash it straight away, of course I don't, but wait, we all go in the wash because something's going to get spilt over it, isn't it? Then it's all held down so it won't lift or move or whatever. It's all held down. So the next thing we're going to do now is to get it ready for binding. So what we need to do, let me think. Where should we start? Let's start that end. And I'm hoping I'm getting it in the middle so you can see it. Yippee ha ha. And then I get down a 12-inch ruler. Okay. And what I want to do with this 12-inch ruler, yeah, is I want to make sure things are straight. Nothing worse than a wonky where's the 1/4 inch? There it is. Right. Nothing worse. I don't want to lose my fabric, but I want to make sure that my lines, they don't have to be on the line, but they are parallel with the lines all the way around. And that one's wonked a bit, so, right. And for this bit, I just want to make sure that corner makes a right angled triangle. Then I want to take a cutter. So it's choose from. Let's go with this one. I don't know which is the sharpest because I haven't been here for a while. I do use the, they're called platinum. I'll think of it in a minute. Cutters, they're gold colour. They last longer. I don't know whether this one is sharp or not, so let's just try it. And first off, I'll just go along there straight off. And then, oh, here I go in sideways now. Move it up a tad. That's it the right way. And then keep your hand firmly on your mat. Okay. I look a bit dinker. Okay. Down. And see? Then I'll bring my 12-inch ruler down. Again, I'm looking, obviously I don't want to change anything. So I'm looking at key points of what makes that square and what keeps that square. So if that is equal distance in my main square, I'm fine, yeah? And so then I can just whip that off, yep. And then come a little way this way turn it round. So I'm getting it square on the actual thing. Yeah. And then we got long bits to do, I know. But let's go right at the other end, because the whole point is trying to keep this a square, yeah? So again, I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at key points. It's 2 1/4 in to my main pattern, and it's straight on my line. So as far as I'm concerned, that's good. So again, I'll cut up there, and I'll just cut along there, get rid of those bits, and then I'll bring it down. And again, I'll say, well, if I'm bringing it to the edge, how square is that? Where's my 2 1/4? My 2 1/4 is there. Yep, that's looking good. 2 1/4. 2 1/4 from my main square. That's looking good. So now I'm quite happy to finish that cut. Bring it over. To finish that cut up there. And I don't lose it. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. 2 1/4 is that line. That line, that line, that line. That line, that line. 1, 2. There he is. Right, so I can go that way up. Okay, and cut that. So I know that that end is straight. And I could either keep on with that ruler, or now get a longer ruler and bring it down. And what I've basically got to do is make sure that both ends are okay. So again, I'll put this on, and I'm looking for, come on girls, I'm looking for a 2 1/4 line. There it is there, and there it is there. Okay. No, that's not quite right. There it is there. There. And then I'll continue that line. Alright, get rid of that bit. Get rid of it, get rid of it. And then I'll whip it round the other way. And pop that on. 2 1/4 line is there. 2 1/4 line is there. Oh, is it though? No. Let me see, there's 2, there's a 1/4. It should be kinda, see, it's a little bit, mine is a little bit wonked, as all sewing will be, a little bit wonked. I'm just trying to make it the best I can. Okay, I'm going to lose a little bit of fabric there, but so what? I'm going to go along, over the thumb, get rid of that. Right here. So now I know, get rid of that. On my 12-inch ruler, I got a completely square. And although you can say, well, hang on a minute, but that's going to get covered up by the 1/4 inch binding we're going to do. All right. But I know now that that is square. All right. That's squared. And that's how I square up. I know I'm only doing a little runner. I'm only doing a little runner. But I know it's square. Each corner is at a right angle, it's square. And then on to the next bit. Right, So back to the sewing machine, because now having cut it very nicely, yeah, what we don't want is when we put our binding on, if I can just show you, you've got your top layer, your batting, and then the back layer, yeah? And the last thing I want, which can happen, does happen, is that you put your batting on, but somehow that gets like that, and you put your batting on and you think, oh my God, that's not caught underneath. So what I like to do, and most people who, you know what they're talking about, or quite, a quilter as such, will want to do a zigzag all around the edge to keep all these layers together, so that when we do put the binding on, there's no way that the backing is gonna sort of like be stuck out and caught and all that sort of thing going on. So now I need to just whip out everything I have been doing. So I need to whip out my 1/4 inch, whip out my foot. What needle have I got in there? Embroidery. Well, we're not going to do, I don't want an embroidery needle in there now, so I'm going to whip that one back out. And that can go there because it's really good. And I'm going to pick up, I think it's that one. Yeah, with the blue line on it. This is my ordinary piecing needle now. I'm putting back in the one I was using originally. So we know it's good, yeah? I need to get rid of this one old plate, this straight plate. Yep. And find a zigzag plate, which is that one.
Switch Doctor. Radio mix by Cartoons.
Alexa, be quiet. Use this foot, so this plate, so I'm popping that back in, so I got a zigzag now, yeah. Get rid of me gold, don't need you, don't want you, I've done you, you've had your works, yeah, and I'm just gonna wind that loosely back up, and then what do I like to do? So I'm winding that back up till I get to the end of it. Where's the end of it? There. And I got nothing on this reel to tuck it into or to hook it onto. So I just get a ickle bit of sellotape and just plonk it on the top so it won't move. Okay. And I can go back in my metallics box, and then my original glide thread, oh I love this thread, which is what's in my bobbin as well, can go back up. Sorry if this is taking, a bit of time. Oh God, what's she doing now? But there's some people, you may not be interested. We'll move on 20, 30 seconds. But other people may be interested in the reasons why I do this. So back in and out, different needle, different things. And I want to go home. Back. I want to go just. I just want to go. Norm stitches. Right, I gone back norm stitches. Please make sure I've got right press and everything else. So then I just gonna call that, lock it out, and fingers crossed. Raise the bar slightly. Yep, and it's threaded. So away with that one. Bring my thread through. But what haven't I got? Oh, I haven't got a foot. I'm not going to use my XP foot because I need a normal. What's normal in ends? Yes. Mummy found it. Right, so right. So that's my ankle, if you like. That's my normal foot. Hold the back, snap it on, unlock it. Thank you. So I can attach a normal foot on a normal plate. Okay. Now I got my normal thread back again. And hopefully all this is going to work. And I want my sample bit that I kept using. Was it? Wasn't that one? Where's a minute? Come here. I must have the sample bit of green that I was using. No, might have chopped it. Right, okay. But I'll just take this in. So, sample bit of green. Make sure it's a double layer. You never sew on a single layer. And I want to do now down. I want to pick a zigzag stitch. Okay? So I'm just going to pick a normal zigzag stitch. The one that runs down the middle. And to start off with, I'm just going to test it. Come on. That's enough to see. Now, that's lovely. That's lovely on the width because that, let me see, that's only 3 wide.
Motion detected at the front door.
It's only 3 millimetres wide because at the end of the day, our 1/4 inch, which is about 5.5, 6 millimetres, we don't want it to be too wide, but I think I've got to 4. So I'm going to go up to 4 millimetres wide, but it's far too close together. On my machine, it's saying it's 150. So I'm going to move that up to, 280. I'm moving up to 280. And again, I'll just test it now for you, for me as well. Okay, and say, well, have a go with that one. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, can you see? It's a little bit wider and it's much more elongated. So that's what I want. So my settings are 4 wide and 280 on the depth, on the length of the stitch. That's my test on that. So now I can get my actual quilt. Okay. And pop it. I'll just start down a bit. And now what I'm looking for is to get it on the edge. So my centre line, or I think, my edge of my fabric should be on this centre line. Oh no, I said I'm going to do it middle, didn't I? So it should be just off the centre line. And obviously you can judge yourself as you're going whether or not you've got that in the right place. It's just ordinary sewing now on your ordinary needle. I'm not going at a huge speed. I just want, and obviously I'm making sure that these edges are nicely together. Just making sure that these edges are getting caught When I've done one row, I'll show you. It is an extra step, but it can prevent so many mishaps when it comes to binding your quilt. So stop that there so I can show you now. And I'm hoping that it pick it up on the camera. Okay, so I've just bound the quilt, both sides, got both sides, yeah? I've just zigzagged all the edge, and this is what I'm going to do now, all the way around, ready for when we cut the binding. Back in a minute.